Show me your destructive power. This is your stamina drain if you miss to off job. Now, try to hit me.
And he's a great
Watch
worker.
your timing.
I was told that
When
by
I'm open.
the man that owns
Strike
that
right
company
before.
that's
Good. Hit me 2 more times. Give me 1 more.
Since we passed tax cuts, roughly 3 million workers have already gotten
Excellent.
tax
Stand down.
cut bonuses.
Take a look at those laws.
Thousands and thousands of dollars
You have
per worker.
3 basic
It's getting
tasks.
more
Slash
every month,
overhead
every week.
stab.
Apple has just announced it
Show me
plans to invest
slash.
a total of $350 billion in America.
Overhead
and
does
hire
more
another
damage.
20,000 workers.
Stab has the most reach. Good work. Those laws put up quite a fight. Now, hit me again with 1 of each attack. Nice
And
stab.
just a little while ago, ExxonMobil announced a $50 billion
Stand down,
investment in
nuts.
the United States. Just a
Oh,
little.
ugly crockery in my arena. Kick it over.
Apologies, my lord. This, in fact, is our new
Kick can also
American
be used to
model.
break someone's
There
block.
has never been
Try
a
it on
time
me.
to start living
Break
the
my block
American
and
dream.
kick. Then attack
So
while I'm open.
every citizen
Nice
watching
guard
it
train. 2 more times. Great. 1 more time.
This is your time.
Excellent.
If you believe in yourself, if you believe in America,
There
then you
are
can
other
dream
ways to
anything.
get around the shield.
You can be
See if you can get in here with a
And
sneaky
together,
stab.
we can achieve
Get around my side.
absolutely anything.
Hit my side with an overhead. Excellent. Well, those are the basics, recruit. You'll need more training before you really find glory on the battlefield, but you'll do fine as a
Tonight,
shield
I
for
want
the
to talk
boys.
about what kind of
Report your
future
duty,
we're
cadet.
going to have and what kind of a nation we're going to be. All of us together as one team, one people, and one American family can do anything. We all share the same home, the same heart, the same destiny, and the same great American flag. Together we are rediscovering the American way. In America, we know that faith and family, not government and bureaucracy, are the center of American life. The motto is "In God We Trust."
Stumbled into my arena.
Celebrate our police,
Ready to handle
our military,
convoying recruit?
and our amazing
What?
veterans as heroes who deserve our total and unwavering support.
See how I swing my blade back and forth? You try. Good. Now, hit me with a combo.
Here tonight is
Point
President
four.
a 12-year-old boy from Redding, California, who noticed that veteran graves now fought flags. He decided all by himself to change that. He started a movement that has now placed 40,000 flags at the graves of our great heroes. Preston, John Wells,
Good. But not good enough. To be truly effective, you need to fake out your enemy by missing with the first swing of your partner, then follow up and make contact with the backswing. Hit me with a combo backswing. more backswing. One more backswing. Good.
Patriots like Preston
Notice
teach
that
all of
missing your
us
first
about our
attack
civic
costs
duty.
stamina, so you will need to decide when to combo. Very careful. One last
He's
trick.
something very special.
Because you'll need every
Great
shifty
teacher. Thank
trick.
you very much for all you've done,
Can't
Preston.
trick
Thank
the
you.
enemy into blocking early by starting an attack, then cancelling mid-swing, like this. If your enemy falls for this trick,
of why we salute our
blocks
flag,
early,
why we
will be
put
left
our
wide
hands
open for
in
an
our
attack.
hearts
Start
for
an
the
attack,
Pledge of
then
Allegiance,
think for it
and
to
why
be try
we
of
proudly
fate now.
stand for the national anthem.
Good. Notice me also drains down. Now, try to hit me after trick me with a fake. Good. Beat me twice more.
Americans love their country, and they deserve a government that shows them the same love and loyalty in return. For the last year, we have sought to restore the bonds of trust between our citizens and their government. Working with the Senate, we are appointing judges who will interpret the Constitution as written, including a great new Supreme Court justice and more Supreme Court judges than any new administration.
Slippery little pass once more. Good. Now, piss everyone off with your shady tricks. All right? We're done here. Report for duty, cadet.
On! You there! Eric says we can do anything we want to the lower right. I think we're just gonna let you
Our
walk
Second
away,
Amendment.
but you
We
can't.
have taken
Shut him
historic
up,
actions to
Chivery!
protect religious liberty.
He's killing me, guys! Help me in!
Okay, well, that happened.
We are serving our brave veterans, including giving veterans choice in their healthcare decisions. Last year, Congress also passed, and I signed, the landmark VA Accountability Act. Since its passage, my administration has already removed more than 1,500 VA employees who failed to give our veterans the care they deserve. And we are hiring talented people who love our vets as much as we do.
Another man of sheer power. A good knight is an armored shield for their brothers in arms. A knight uses power and strength over speed, cutting the enemy down and pushing them back from the front. We can use two-handers
Non-stop
with
until our
one hand,
veterans
as long as
are
a
properly
shield
taken care
is in
of,
the other hand.
which has
Draw
been
your
my
sword.
promise to them
Switch
from the very
from two
beginning
hands to one.
of this great journey.
Try a sword and shield on Sir Drop. Hit him thrice and block him
All
thrice.
Americans deserve accountability and respect.
One more
And
hit.
that's what we are giving to our wonderful, our
Three hits and three blocks.
So tonight I call on Congress to empower every cabinet secretary with the authority to support good workers and to remove federal employees who undermine the public trust or fail the American people. In our drive strive to make Washington accountable. We've eliminated more violations in our first year than any administration in the history of our country. Ended the war on American energy, and we have ended the war on mutable clean coal. We are now very proudly an exporter of energy to the world. In Detroit, I hold government mandates that cripple America's great, beautiful auto workers so that we can get Motor City revenue its engines again. That's what's happening. Many car companies are now building and expanding plants in the United States, something we haven't seen for decades. Chrysler is moving a major plant from Mexico to Michigan. Toyota and Mazda are opening a plant in Alabama, and we haven't seen this in a long time. It's all coming back. Very soon, auto plants and other plants will be opening up all over our country. This is all news Americans are totally unaccustomed to. For many years, companies and jobs were only leaving us. But now, they are roaring back, they're coming back, they want to be where the action is, they want to be in the United States of America. That's what it is.
It can strike with unmatched strength, and the night behind a tower shield is just about unhittable. Equip your tower shield. 3 hits and 3 blocks, I'll search from...
Exciting progress. Every single
more hits.
to speed access to
3 hits.
and affordable last year, FDA approved more new and generic drugs and medical devices than ever before.
Anything 4 blocks. Well done. Field knights with tower shields can block up an entire city being with a shield wall. You can use shield crash to push away an enemy. Try a shield crash now.
With terminal conditions.
Now shield
Terminal
crash
illness.
from 3
Should
and 2 more.
to experiment
More.
that could potentially save the lives.
Be careful if man at arms break your guard.
Country to
I
country
am feeling
to
strong.
I want to give them
All
a
there is to it
chance
is that
right here
come
at
back
home.
anytime.
It's time for Congress to give these wonderful, incredible Americans the right
You like to have the best of
try.
best worlds, eh? The good vanguard chooses his targets wisely, descending upon them with their great force and skill. Most of our weapons are two-handed. So, leaving straight with great power, but do not move as quickly as the light of brass. There, no one is as slow as the night
Is to reduce
Rules
the
go along
price
with it.
of prescription
now,
drugs.
which is lost from springtime. Lost. Now goes the overhead. vanguards alone
In many other
possess
countries,
an
these
incredible
drugs
skill.
cost
After
far
sprinting a
less
short way,
than
you
what
can execute
we
a
pay
sprint attack.
in the United
Sprint at
States,
the
and it's
drug
very,
and attack
very
when in
unfair.
range.
That is why I've directed my administration to make fixing the injustice
Slow down.
one of my top priorities
Come
for
back
the year.
here. Only the vanguard has access to cold arms. Show me yours. Cold arms have the most reach. You want to keep a good distance between you and your enemy. Why not try out on good blood rush? Good blood. Two more. Nice.
America has also finally turned the page on decades of slavery. Sacrifice our prosperity, our companies, our jobs, and our wealth. Our nation has lost
Use them to
its wealth
obscure
that
the
we
view
give back
of tiresome
so
archers.
fast. The era
Throw
of
yours at
economic
Archer
surrender
over
is
there.
totally over. From now on, we
I
expect
love
trading
the smell of
relationships
salt.
to be fair and
I
very
love the
competitive.
smell of serious domination order. You've got the skill, but unfortunately you haven't the training.
We will work to
You like your
fix
combat
the
fast and
ideas
smart, huh? Man-at-arms is the fastest class,
and
but also one of the least,
they'll be fair.
a good man-at-arms is moving. Now, masters are knowing when to run, to effectively return in a flurry of blows.
Strong
The broadsword is your best friend, but less effective against the heavy arm. Blunt weapons are more effective against heavy arm.
As we rebuild our industries, it is also time to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. America is a nation of builders. We built the Empire State Building in just 1 year. Isn't it a disgrace that it can now take 10 years just to get a minor permit approved for the building of a simple road?
To be truly effective as a man-at-arms with a blunt weapon, you'll need to land many hits quickly. Hit the drum 3 times in a row without getting hit yourself.
Both parties to come together to get a safe, reliable, and modern infrastructure that our communities and our people deserve.
Okay, calm down. Sometimes going berserk isn't violent. Learn to effectively dodge and you'll be unhittable. See how I duck back and forth? You
Tonight
try.
I'm calling on Congress to produce a bill that generates at least $1.5 trillion for the new infrastructure investment
Hit the drum 3
that our
times.
country so desperately needs. Federal government encouraged by local governments, and we're probably tapping into private sector investment to permanently fix the infrastructure deficit, and we can do that. Any bill must also streamline the permitting and approval process, getting it down to no more than 2 years.
Not a special weapon
Perhaps
for the
even more.
man-at-arms. The oil pots.
Together, we can reclaim our great building
Oil
heritage.
pots can be used to get around this year. Throw that stuff in here. We didn't put the night up, they got trapped. That's it for man-at-arms training. Good luck.
Waterways and waterways all across our land. And we will do it
What the fuck do you suppose they're doing?
American hands and American grit.
Like one of folks in the grass like myself.
We
A
want every
good archer
American to
surveys the
know
scene
the
from
video
afar,
of how
carefully
it is working.
choosing when and where to strike, so it's the most
Safe in
benefit
their home
his
at night.
brothers in arms.
And we
But
want
first,
every citizen
show me you can
to
shoot
be
straight,
proud
hit
of
three
this
of the
land
4
that
targets
we
out
all
there.
love so much. We can lift our citizens from welfare to work, from
Good.
dependence
You hit the
to
closest target.
independence, and
Hit
from
2 more
poverty
targets.
to prosperity.
Good. You hit a near target. Okay, hit 1 more target.
As tax cuts create new jobs, let's invest in workforce development and let's invest in job training, which we need so badly.
Walter, how you... I'm convinced you know how to shoot a bow. Remember, you can crouch for improved accuracy. Archers can also
Let's open
focus on
great
distant targets.
vocational schools so our future workers can learn a craft and realize their full potential.
Walter, how you...
And let's support working families by supporting
Another
paid
powerful
family
tool
leave.
is the crossbow. Walter, 3 full targets.
As America regains its strength, opportunity must be extended to all citizens. That is why this year we will embark on reforming our prisons to help former inmates who have served their time get a second chance at life.
Walter, you're just getting lucky now. Okay, I'm convinced you can shoot a crossbow. An added benefit of first archers is the arrow
Especially
cannon.
immigrant
Fire your
communities
crossbow into
will
the
also
water.
be helped
Use
by
arrow
immigration
cannon to follow the
policies
boat.
that focus on the best interests of American workers and American families. For decades, open borders have allowed drugs and gangs to pour into our most vulnerable communities. They've allowed millions of low-wage workers to compete for jobs and wages against
So it's
the
most
poorest
successful when
Americans.
cover is near.
Most
The
tragically,
Palace Shield,
they have
your
caused
special
the
weapon,
loss of
serves
many
as drop
innocent
anywhere
lives.
cover.
Here tonight are 2 fathers and 2 mothers.
Now, take a step
Evelyn
back and pick the
Rodriguez,
device up again.
Freddie Cuevas, Elizabeth
A good archer avoids
and Robert
close contact
Mickens.
whenever possible.
Their 2
But
teenage
occasionally
daughters,
will find
Kayla
themselves in a bit
Cuevas
of a pinch.
and Lisa Mickens.
Swifter's secondary
Close
weapons
friends on Long
are the
Island.
archer's best friend.
But in September 2016, on the eve of
Hit
Lisa's
and block the
16th
drum
birthday,
3 times
such a
with your
happy
digest.
time it should have been, neither of them came home.
That's nice, just as good. Look, give him a chance to recover. Nice, just okay. That's 3 hits.
In their home
Now
town.
3 blocks.
6 members
make a
of the
great archer.
savage MS-13
Try the other class.
gang
Come back
have
anytime.
been charged with
Ah,
killing
like-minded
and
folks in
Lisa's
the brush, like
murders.
myself.
Many
A
of these
good
gang
archer
members took
surveys the scene
advantage
from
of
afar,
glaring
carefully
loopholes in our
choosing when
laws
and where to
to enter
strike,
the
so it's the
country
most benefit
as
of his
illegal,
brothers in arms. But
unaccompanied
first, show
alien
me you can shoot
minors
straight. Hit
and
3 of
wound
the 4
up
targets out there.
Kayla and Lisa's high school. Evelyn, Elizabeth, Freddie, and Robert. Tonight, everyone in this chamber is praying for you. Everyone in America is grieving for you.
Don't even...
Lisa,
I'm just getting
thank you
lucky
very
now.
much.
I'm convinced you know how to shoot a crossbow. Remember, you can crouch for improved accuracy. An added benefit for us archers is the arrow cannon. Fire your crossbow into the water. Use arrow cannon to follow the boat. Good. The Palace Shield, your special weapon, serves as drop anywhere cover. Now, take a step back and pick the device up again. A good archer avoids close combat whenever possible, but occasionally will find themselves in a bit of a pinch. Swifter's secondary weapons are the archer's best friend, so 3 times with your digest. Jump and tail, okay? That's 3 hit good.
I want you to know that 320
Nice, just one more block.
Good for you. We love you.
You'll make a great archer. Try the other classes. Come back anytime.
But we cannot imagine the depths of that kind of sorrow. We can make sure that other families never have to endure this kind of pain. Tonight I am calling on Congress to finally close the deadly loopholes that
I'll stay
allow
close by your side.
MS-13 and other criminal gangs to break into our country. We have proposed new legislation that will fix our immigration laws and support our ICE and Border Patrol agencies. These are great people. These are great people
At any
that
point,
work
like
so
this.
hard in the midst of such
Toss it onto the
danger
fire bubble.
so that this can never happen again.
Easy enough. Go right in.
Oh there!
United States
Welcome
is
to
a
my secret
compassionate
training
nation.
course. Now this one that I've engineered
That we
is
do
called
more
the tower.
than any
It's
other
longer with
country
gunpowder and can
anywhere
blow
in
up
the
at
world.
any gate. Surely you have the strength to push it.
Struggling and the
So stand here.
all over the world. But as President of the United
But it's
States,
not
my
going to
greatest
be something that needs to be.
my greatest compassion,
And avoid
my
it how
constant
you
concern is for America's children,
Yeah, please,
America's
let's
troubled
talk.
workers, and America's forgotten communities.
Good.
I want our
Yes.
youth
Hurry
to grow
on.
up
Damn
to achieve great things.
It's
I
hard.
want our
I'll
poor
hold it
to have their chance to rise. So tonight I am extending an open hand
Say, Mr.
to work with
Petard,
members
boy.
of both parties,
Stand near it
Democrats
to
and Republicans, to protect our citizens of every
I'm
background, color, religion, and
Japanese
class.
chosen you. It isn't too easy to want the best for your homeland. Now, head on through, boy.
My duty and the sacred duty
What I
of every elected official in this
Another
chamber
boy come to play
is
with
to
my
defend
toys,
Americans,
eh? Well,
protect their
Melissa
safety, their
or
families,
Catapult.
their communities, and their right to the American dream. Because Americans are dreamers too.
Ah, you must be a warrior on a golden throne. Show me if you can hit those sweet targets out there.
Here tonight is one leader in the effort to defend our country. Homeland Security Investigation Special Agent Celestino Martinez. He goes by DJ and CJ. He said, call me either one.
Good.
So we'll call you
One
CJ.
down.
Served 15 years in the Air Force before becoming an ICE agent and spending the last 15 years fighting gang violence and
Good.
getting dangerous
One
criminals
target left.
off of our streets. Tough job. At one point, MS-13 leaders ordered CJ's murder, and they wanted it to happen quickly. But he did not cave to threats or to fear. Last May, he commanded an operation to track down gang members on Long Island. His team has arrested nearly 400, including more than 220 MS-13
Well,
gang
try the
members.
receipt or leave.
I have to tell you, what the Border Patrol and ICE have done, we have sent thousands and thousands and thousands.
I see.
MS-13
One
harmful
down.
people
Show me you can hit those sweet targets out there.
into our prisons. So I just want to congratulate you, CJ. You're a brave guy. Thank you very much.
Good. One target left. Good. You're a natural.
I asked CJ, what's the secret? He said, which is better than they are in our bodies. Now let the Congress extend you and all of the people in this great chamber have to do it. We have to do this. We're going to send you reinforcements and we're going to send them to you quickly. That's what you do. Over the next few weeks, the House package. In recent months, my administration has worked extensively with both Democrats and Republicans to craft a bipartisan approach to immigration reform. Based on these discussions, we presented Congress with a detailed proposal that should be supported by both parties as a fair compromise. One where nobody gets everything they want, where our country gets the critical reforms of our plan. The first pillar of our framework generously for 1.8 million illegal immigrants. That covers almost 3 times more people than the previous administration covered. Under our plan, those who meet education and work requirements and show good moral character will be able to become full citizens of the United States over a 12-year period. The second pillar fully secures the border. That means building a great wall on the southern border, and it means hiring more heroes like CJ to keep our communities safe. Crucially, our plan closes the terrible loopholes exploited by criminals and terrorists to enter our country, and it finally ends the horrible and dangerous practice of catch and release. The third pillar ends the visa lottery, a program that randomly hands out green cards without any regard for skill, merit, or the safety of American people. It's time to begin moving toward a merit-based immigration system, one that admits people who are skilled, who want to work, who will contribute to our society, and who will love and respect our country. The fourth and final pillar protects the nuclear family by ending chain migration. Under the current broken system, a single immigrant can bring in virtually unlimited numbers of distant relatives. Under our plan, we focus on the immediate family, by limiting sponsorships to spouses and minor children. This vital reform is necessary not just for our economy, but for our security and for the future of America. In recent weeks, 2 terrorist attacks in New York were made possible by the visa lottery and chain migration. In the age of terrorism, these programs present risks we can just no longer afford. It's time to reform. These outdated immigration rules and finally bring our immigration system into the 21st century. These 4 pillars represent a down-the-middle compromise and one that will create a safe, modern, and lawful immigration system. For over 30 years, Washington has tried and failed to solve this problem. This Congress can be the one that finally makes it happen. Most importantly, these 4 pillars will produce legislation that fulfills my ironclad pledge to sign a bill that puts America first. Let's come together, set politics aside, and finally get the job done. These reforms will also support our response to the terrible crisis of opioid and drug addiction. Never before has it been like it is now. It is terrible. We have to do something about it. In 2016, we lost 64,000 Americans to drug overdoses. 174 deaths per day, 7 per hour. We must get much tougher on drug dealers and pushers if we are going to succeed in stopping this scourge.
Oh, hell no. How the fuck did that happen?
My administration is committed to fighting the drug epidemic and helping get treatment for those in need, for those who are so terribly ill. The struggle will be long and it will be difficult, as Americans always do. In the end, we will all As we have seen tonight, the most difficult challenges bring out the best in America. We see a vivid expression of this truth in the story of the Holetz family of New Mexico. Ryan Holetz is 27 years old, an officer with the Albuquerque Police Department. He's here tonight with his wife, Rebecca. When Ryan told her she was going to harm her unborn child, she was weak. She didn't know where to turn, but badly wanted a safe home for her baby. In that moment, Ryan said he felt God speak to him. You will do it. Because you can. He heard those words. He took out a picture of his wife and their 4 kids. Then he went home to tell his wife, Thank you, Ryan and Rebecca. As we rebuild America's strength and confidence at home, and standing abroad, around the world we face world regimes, terrorist groups, and rivals like China and challenge our interests, our economy, and horrible dangers. We know that weakness is the surest path to conflict, and honesty is the surest means to defense. For this reason, I am asking Congress to end fully fund our great military. As part of our defense, we must modernize and rebuild our nuclear arsenal, hopefully never having to use it, but making it so strong and so powerful that it will deter any acts of aggression by any other nation or anyone else. Perhaps someday in the future there will be a magical moment when the countries of the world will get together to eliminate their nuclear weapons. Unfortunately, we are not there yet, sadly. We also pledged that we would work with our allies to extinguish ISIS from the face of the earth. 1 year later, I am proud to report that the coalition to defeat ISIS has liberated very close to 100% of the territory just recently held by these killers in Iraq and in Syria and in other locations as well. More work to be done. This is Staff Sergeant last November, Justin and his comrade, Chief Petty Officer Kenton Stacy, were on a mission to clear buildings that ISIS had rigged with explosives so that civilians could return to that city hopefully soon and hopefully safely. Clearing the second floor of a vital hospital, Kenton Stacy was severely wounded by an explosion. Immediately, Justin bounded into the booby trap dangerous and unsafe building and found Kenton, but in very, very bad shape. He applied pressure to the wound and inserted a tube to reopen an airway. CPR for 14 minutes during the ground transfer and maintained artificial respiration through 2.5 hours and through emergency surgery. Kenton Stacy would have died. Tonight, Kenton is recovering in Texas. Rob is liberated. Civilian hospitals are evil.
Go on,
When possible, we have no choice but to when necessary, to detain and question them. We must be clear. Enemy combatants.
Oh, come on. Alright. I'm done.